when I was so sad, I called Ruby up. I was like, Ruby, like, I know a person, yeah. I'm not mentioning any names or... Hi guys. So, I'm Mariyah Gabriel and welcome to my channel. And today, back by popular demand. Awesome. It was just me. I wanted you back.
Come back, come back.
So we've got Ruby Suze, okay? And today's video we are going to be talking about YouTube and the things that we have learned from doing YouTube. Ruby has been doing YouTube for about a year. You just done your year anniversary on YouTube, and I've been doing YouTube for about 8 or 9 months now. I think it's about 9 months now. So it's coming up to that year mark, and I think we have gained
so much.
By the way, you should probably introduce yourself, because I know if you've been watching me then you know who Ruby is, but in case my new subscribers, if you don't know.
Hey newbies.
Okay, here is Ruby.
Hey, I'm Ruby Suze. I do everything on my journey through life as a mother, as a wife, and a general busybody. I can chat for days, and I love to laugh as well. So please come along to my channel, along to my channel if you want to check me out, and make sure you give this video lots of thumbs ups and comments and all the rest.
So yeah, we're going to talk about the things that we have learnt since doing YouTube. We've got a lot of things.
Got a lot to say.
A lot of things.
It's gonna be a long video.
I think it might be a bit of.
Gotta get some things off our chest.
Yeah, man.
It's hard.
I'm gonna be really honest as well in this video, because it's just some things that
you need to let go of.
I think that you guys should know before you consider starting your own YouTube channels. Okay, so are you going first or?
You go first.
I'm going first. Okay. You know what, I've written this down because honestly, like, let me just give you the full lowdown. So let me,
she's written, no, she's not just written down, it's like a book. I saw it, she was scrolling, I was like, oh girl, stop.
So, the number one thing I have learned since doing YouTube is time. Time.
That sigh was so deep.
Honestly. YouTube, if you are thinking about doing a YouTube channel, be prepared. You need to be prepared to dedicate time to it, because everything takes time.
It's true.
Everything takes time. Like, it takes time to film. It takes time to set up. It takes time to edit. Honestly, like, there are videos on my channel. You might look at the video, 6 minutes, 7 minutes long. Believe me, sometimes it has taken me over 10 hours to edit that video. It takes time, and then everything takes time. Have you seen that meme recently? You know the guy that was dragged off the aeroplane?
No.
Have you not heard it? You know the guy that was dragged off the doctor?
No.
It's,
I live in a tent.
You know, Hackney's Finest has done like the funniest, some of the funniest memes, and one of them is like the guy says everything is injured, like. Everything basically. I'll show you the video. Yeah, I'll show you the video. But the way they dragged him off the airplane was really, really bad, and like everything is injured. And then you can see the hashtags is like left nostril injured, right eyelash injured. Everything is injured. So my point is everything takes time. Everything.
It's true, you should say that, because the other day I do it to myself. I'm like, I'm quickly gonna film this.
Yes.
I keep saying it. I'm quickly gonna do a thumbnail, and I'm there 2 hours later. I'm like, what the heck? It's just a thumbnail. So yeah, you're right.
And even what I've also noticed is that when I am editing, for example, time just flies. Honestly, I can be editing for 6 hours will fly by, and I don't even realize that the time has gone. It's so weird. But I think that's one good thing though. It's like, I guess, you know, when you really enjoy something, sometimes time will fly and you don't even realize that the time has gone. But it takes time, and what is frustrating is like when you're having technical difficulties. Like for me, like say the laptop is not doing what I want it to do, maybe the camera's not doing, or so little things. Like sometimes I remember for a number of weeks as well, it was really slowing me down in terms of editing, and all it was is because the laptop that I use, which is my husband's laptop, it was fully loaded. There wasn't enough space. So because of the lack of space, it meant that when I download my videos, it wasn't going, it was just long.
And I don't understand megabytes, gigabytes, whatever. When things start getting slow, I'm just like, I need a new one. Like,
honestly. And did you even know, one of the things as well is like, even the laptop, there was a period of time when my voiceover, it wasn't working. Like, my voiceover was just not working. So all the videos that you have seen, probably, I would say maybe 90% of the videos that you have seen, which are voiceover videos, I've actually had to do the voice on my camera. So I would basically film the video, and then the voice to it, I've actually recorded it via the voice, the sound on my camera.
Phone?
Something else to learn. I
just use voice notes or voice memo. And
is that what you do?
Yes. Girl, I just be sitting there, press play on the computer, and I'm like, and then pull it off and put it on.
The thing is, I know that you can do that, but I just felt like that was long.
Is this Apple?
Yeah.
No, you people are crazy. I'm Android.
I'm sure you could do it on an Apple, but
I'm sure you can.
I've just I've had several technical.
So you need to dial a friend, girl.
Several technical difficulties. So time. And I think, you know, if you're doing YouTube, be prepared. You need to, if you want to do it properly, make time for it, you know. Unless you want to do it, if you want to do it like it, you know, if it's just a hobby that you're just doing it here and there, then it's okay. But if you are trying to do YouTube properly, you know, try your best to dedicate time. You know, if you have to be consistent with it, so you need to try and upload once a week. I know I've had massive issues in my consistency, but you need to make that time so that you're able to act, and that's the least amount that you can be uploading. I guess it depends on your channel that you have, because some people might upload every 2 weeks, maybe some channels once every month, depending on what your genre is. But average people, if you're doing YouTube, it should be once a week. So I've had major technical difficulties. Yeah, time.
It's taking your time. Wow,
yeah.
Right. So number 2 is do you. And what I mean by that is just use who you are. There's no point in, you know, people say, you know, there's only one of you, no one needs a copycat, all those things. But it's so true. On YouTube, so many people start and they just see somebody, the big YouTubers who've been there for so long, and they just like, oh, I'm just going to do that person. I'm much more... you know, I don't mind doing vlogging, or I'm doing the ironing and putting on the camera. That's just who I am, and I don't mind being silly and taking the mic and saying ridiculous things. That's just me, and I'm just an honest person. If you know, I'm gonna say what's in my heart, and if that's who you are, embrace who you are, because the camera will pick it up. People will begin to realize, oh, she's not telling the complete truth, or she's not completely being her. And the other thing is, I don't want someone when I'm out and about to be like, you're not the same as you were on so I'm gonna be me, because eventually people will meet me. And it has been the case that, you know, I have had someone ask someone who they'd sent her my video as like, you know, just shared it with her, and then she was like, is she really like that in real life? Like, is she really like that? And I was like, look, what you see is what you see there is really me. I am this. That's just who I am.
It's true.
So I think do you, because eventually you get found out if you're anybody else.
It's true. And when you're saying that as well, it's to do with, like, you know, if you do see a video that's blowing up, you know, and if it's not necessarily you, if it's not you, don't try and force it. Like, just exactly what you've just said, because, you know, if, you know, people are getting views because they're stripping down naked and they're getting views for that,
not me.
Like, I'm not involved. I'm sorry. I don't know, there's some videos on YouTube where you be like, really? You really? Like, you're craving views that much, you know? Like, if I think there are certain videos, you know, if it's you, then do it. You know, there are certain videos that I've done, I know that, oh, it might be a trend, but it's me. I feel like, and actually I do want to do this. But if it's not and you're forcing it,
honey, stay.
Yeah, it's a difficult balance, because obviously, you know, it's good to experiment and try different things, but, you know, just like, I agree with what you said.
Do you? Go on.
I would say number 3 is purpose. Why are you doing YouTube? why do you want to start a YouTube channel? You have to have a purpose, because if you don't have that, and it's the purpose that is going to keep you going, it's the purpose that is going to keep you, that's going to drive you forward. Because without that, if you don't know that, okay, I'm starting this YouTube channel because I'm trying to establish something, I'm trying to build my audience, or I'm trying to set up a business, or I'm trying to, you know, or maybe it is a hobby, maybe I'm trying to share my passion with the world, I'm trying to educate people on this, I'm trying to show people how to do this, I want to tutor people how to do makeup, hair, cooking, cleaning, whatever it is behind your video. You have to have that, otherwise you'll quickly find yourself going in all sorts of different directions, and one day you'll be doing a hair tutorial, the next day you're talking about fishing, and the next day you're talking about I don't know, makeup, and the next day you're gardening. You know, it's, you know, unless you're a vlog channel or a channel where you can get away with bits of your life like that, I think it's nice to have a direction, a purpose, because it's the thing that will keep you from not quitting when things get hard. So,
and I think it's good as well, but you know, in some ways I'm going to disagree with her, because I started with YouTube with the mind that I wanted to see someone like me, and I know it doesn't sound right, but I wanted to see more people, more women in business. That was my first thinking, and just more women who were just mothers, women who were just keeping it real, like, you know, will come on camera with their wig off, not looking right, and, you know, just be honest and be like, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that. I wanted to identify with someone, and I think if it wasn't a clear purpose in terms of I'm doing it for a business, or I'm doing it because of this, because to be honest, where YouTube has got me here, I would never been able to sit down and plan it in this way. If you have a wide scope of a purpose, do you understand what I mean? It's not necessarily that, oh, I'm only doing beauty channels, beauty videos. That might not be your purpose, because you might start doing beauty videos, and then by chance you find something else, or somebody else who does hair asks you to collaborate with them, and then before you know it, you do hair as well as beauty, or, you know, there's all sorts of different things that I never thought I would talk about fertility, to be honest, and that has now led to a series of videos. So it's all to do with, you know, the bigger scope of things.
I know what you mean in terms of the bigger picture, because, you know, in me wanting to start, like, for me, I love, you know, success, motivation, and, you know, I'm always trying to be a better version of me, and I think that was probably maybe one of the reasons that I wanted to do a YouTube channel, because I wanted to kind of just explore, how can I be, you know, better? Who am I looking up to? How can I encourage? I'm a very big encourager, you know. I'm the type of person that I love to make other people feel good, and to know that, you know, these are the things that you can do to be a better version of you. And I think I was trying to incorporate all of that into a channel, because me, by profession, I'm a teacher, you know, and my job is to inspire, is to educate, is to develop, and I think that is what I'm trying to do through my channel. Yes, I do beauty videos and things like that, but my most favorite videos on my channel are the ones when I'm actually just sitting down and giving you my tips and advice on how to be more successful, how to deal with this situation in life better, how to do this better. Those are my favorite videos. They don't get the views that some of my makeup videos get, but those actually are my favorite videos, and I'm going to continue doing them alongside 1 or 2 beauty videos, you know. That's just, that
makes a lot of sense. Number 4 is to experiment. So I know we've just said have a purpose, so it kind of sounds a bit wrong now, but I think it's important to experiment. I tell you why, a little story. So I'm a creative person. My full YouTube name is Ruby Suze Creates, and I have always been a creative person, and I thought that, you know, part of my YouTube life, clearly I'm gonna create stuff. I am the next DIY queen. Like, clearly I'm always making stuff. Let me do this DIY. So I was gonna make a nappy cake, and I was like, great, let me film this nappy cake. It was the most hellish experience of my life. As in, I don't know how, all you people that do DIY, high five. You people are amazing. Because I couldn't get my head around the angles. I couldn't get the head. How am I going to film this bit that I'm trying to do that only I can see? So unless the camera is on top of my head, they're not going to see this. Or how do I contort my body? I was like, no. And I put the video up and it wasn't really getting that many views. Oh, actually, side note as well, one thing that I know is that videos, actually, you think in my head, when I first put it up, that first week is like, in my head, I'm like, oh, that's my judgment whether a video is bombed or not. Within that first 7 days, I'm like, oh, it's not taking off. Oh, that's a rubbish video. But the truth is, some videos are growers.
Yes. Do
you know what I mean? Some videos are actually growers, meaning that you start it and it might not get any views, and then something happens in the world of YouTube and the world, and everybody's searching for that video. And then, so I just eventually, the other day, I literally forgot about the video. I didn't even want to upload it, but I needed something desperate because I uploaded the video, the nappy cake video. And then I think maybe a week, 2-3 weeks ago, I looked at it, I was like, how did that grow to that many views? So experiment, because you never know. It's true. To be honest,
it's true. And especially when you're a teeny tiny itsy bitsy YouTuber, like we are, you know, like just go. We're not on those 500,000 levels yet, you know, but in Jesus' name it will happen, you know. But you know, when you're a small YouTuber, this is the best time to experiment and try out all sorts of things. I know I did say, you know, don't do beauty and then do fishing the next day, but to be honest, if you want to, why not? Whatever you are doing, so whether you are going from, I don't know, trainer collection and then the next day you're doing politics.
Do people do trainer collection?
Yes! There are YouTube channels on trainers. Like, trust me, there's a YouTube channel for everything. You know, like Apple say, there's an app for everything. There is a YouTube channel for everything, trust me. So even if you're doing your trainer collection and then you decide that actually you want to talk about politics the next day, you know, do that. You know, that's one thing about YouTube. It will actually push you out of your box, and it will cause you to, you know, really become, you'll see yourself. I don't know, that's one of the things I must say, like when I started YouTube, I realized I started seeing more of me that I didn't even know was there. I was like, wow, Mariyah.
You will realise your insecurities.
Yes.
You'll know how obsessed with your own face you are.
Yes.
You'll know what side of the face that you like it. You'll know your self-esteem issues. You'll know what you like people to say about you, what you don't like people to say. It says so much about you. It's not even about putting stuff out there.
It's true.
It will show you how obsessed you've become with social media, how much you use your phone, how much your family watch you, because you'll be like, but I said that in my vlog, and then you'll realise that they're not watching. It's a bit awkward. I've been there many times. Like, I didn't know you were. I was like, yeah, but it was on my Instagram. You're clearly not following. So it's all those things. It does so many things.
Oh, it really
does so many things.
Really
but
does.
yeah,
but that's what it is. It is you.
Yeah, just do you.
You know, it is you.
Oh, so the first one I should have said, do you, because it's you.
Do you chew? It is you. It will expose you.
It will.
Honestly,
completely. Magnifying glass.
Trust me. So. Number 3, and this actually, no, not number 3, sorry, number 5. So number 5, and this links in with what I said back in number 3, and it's quitting. There are times when you'll wonder why, and it links back to my number 3, because I said if you've got a purpose, it will prevent that from happening. But there are times when you'll wonder, why did I do this to myself?
Why? Yeah.
You wonder, like, why have I burdened myself with this responsibility? Why have I decided to take upon my life this? Why? You will really wonder,
was I really that bored in my life?
Like, did I really have nothing better to do than to decide that this is what I want to do with my life? You know, like, you will really wonder why. Because honestly, YouTube, it's hard. And like I said at the beginning, you need time for it. And if it's not even just the time aspect, it's the whole social media stuff that comes around it. That is one of the things that I think I have struggled with the most, because I think what it is, YouTube has exposed me, and you know, like we said before, it, you know, tells you who you are. But at the same time, it's also made me realize how much of a I am also still a very private person, and you know, as much as I love social media, I also like my time away from it. Like, for me at the moment, I'm not like I really should. When you're doing YouTube, you have to kind of be on point social media all round. You know, your Instagram needs to be on point, your Snapchat needs to be on point, your Twitter needs to be on point, your Facebook needs, you know, if you want to do it properly, you need to have all these different social media avenues. And I realized that I'm really not all that good at social media, in the sense that I thought I really liked it, and I do, but there are times when if I can't be bothered to post on Instagram for 2 weeks, I'm not gonna post because I I can't be bothered. But that's not the attitude you should have if you want to do it kind of business wise. But it made me realize how much of social media that the aspects that I struggle with, and at the same time, if you are too obsessed with it and you're too, I must post on Instagram 5 times a day, I must post, I must make sure I've got this post up, that will send you crazy. So honestly, hats up to all of you guys that are on social media and you are doing your thing. Honestly, all of you that are uploading how many times a day, all of you, I have so much respect for you, because I know I'm sitting here and I can't do it. And what I've realized with social media, everyone is good at certain things. Like I think I like making videos and I can do that. That to me, as hard as it is, I can do it. But there are certain people that they're good at Snapchatting. You know, they will Snapchat from day. You know, I don't even have Snapchat because I can't. You know, I can't. Like there are people that will Snapchat everything. You know, and they can do that. There are people that will post on Instagram all the time. But I think everyone has like the thing that sometimes. And then some people that are good at everything. You can, you know.
Yeah, but then those people probably have virtual assistants.
Oh, they must do, because
they might, because there's only so many hours in the day.
That's true. There is that. It's the time thing, and maybe it's because we both work full-time jobs as well, so it's like everything we do on YouTube is part-time, you know, it's not our full-time lives, so maybe that's why as well. I guess some of the people that you see constantly, you know, uploading on every single platform, they have the time to do that because maybe that is their full-time job. But if it's not your full-time job, then you have to find the time to do things. And what was I talking about? It was like quitting. Yes. Yeah. The whole thing is quitting. So, you know, there were times when I felt like I can't keep up. I can't keep up with the social media aspect of it. I can't do, you know, I'm not. And the other thing on my days, like I said with social media, in terms of YouTube, numbers will drive you crazy. Like, you know, you will want to quit, because I know, okay, let me be serious here. When I started my YouTube channel, I thought, honestly, I thought that in 1 year, you know, I would have 100,000 subscribers, and that was it. That was my goal, like 100,000 subscribers in 1 year. Because the reason why, because I saw other channels that they managed to get that. There are people that start YouTube today, tomorrow they're on 1 million subscribers, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I can do it, you know, people will like me, you know. What's there not to love? You know. So I really thought, you know, I could do this, you know, it's gonna be great. 1 year, 100,000 subscriber.
You're just a bit shy. just a little bit less than that. That's a small. That's a little bit fat.
There was a day when I was so sad. I called Ruby up. I was like, Ruby, like, I know a person, yeah. I'm not mentioning any names on this. I'm not mentioning any. I'm not throwing shade on anyone. I'm not exposing anybody. But I know a person that started their channel about 5 or 6 months.
5 minutes ago.
It was literally about 5 or 6 months after I started my channel. That person's video, their very first video, blew up over 100,000 views.
But what did she do?
I'm not going to say because then it will expose everything.
Like, if they did something.
But they, honestly, they did a video and it got over 100,000 views. And then with that, they got like over 5,000 subscribers all in that one time. And I was thinking, what? Huh? I've been hustling since.
It's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking.
I was like, oh my days, how is it possible that this person has literally uploaded this video and is blown up crazy like this? And that person doesn't even regularly upload, but that person's already close to touching 10,000 subscribers. And it's like, but yeah, I've been doing this for 9 months and it's not happened. So the whole point is, if you're focusing on that, it will really get you down. And I always, on my channel, I talk a lot of my motivation videos, some of the stuff I talk about is comparison. And when I talk about these things, I'm not just talking about it because I've just plucked it out of the air and I'm actually speaking about it because it's something that I deal with a lot. And so I have to say, wow, you know, I'm comparing, I'm looking at this and I'm comparing and contrasting, and all that, you know, evaluating and analysing everything, you know, like everything that you did for your English GCSE, you'll be doing it for your YouTube channel. You'll be comparing, contrasting, analysing, evaluating, exploring, you know, suggesting, everything, you know. This is GCSE help for you there.
That's what I was going to say. Free GCSE English tips. Stay tuned, kids.
Everything, you know, you'll be looking, thinking, what have I done? So yeah, you'll be really comparing everything, and it's just, it will make you want to give up when you think, why am I doing this? I'm not as good as this person that's doing it. They're doing so much better. So maybe why am I even bothering? But then you have to realize that, you know, I remember that same time when I called you up and I said, whoa, you know, this person has got this many views, this many subscribers in this short space of time. But then I had to realize that actually, even if I've done a video and it's gotten less than 100 views, I remember there was one video I complained about. I was like, that video, you know, it's not even touching 80 views. I've only got 80 views on this video. 80 views, and there are people getting 2 million views, and I've got 80. And I was like, why? That's not, I thought this video was amazing, you know. And for you, everything you do is amazing.
Especially because of the time that you put into it.
You just think everything you've done is amazing. But then I realized, hold up, when in my lifetime would I actually even have that opportunity to speak to 80 people? You know, when in my life will I actually be given the chance to, you know, talk and to, you know, plant a seed and to influence someone's life and that's 80 individuals, unless you've got a person that's watched your video 3 or 4 times. But what I'm saying is that's 80 views, you know, that video has been played 80 times. Even if they only watched it less than halfway, you know, someone has seen it. And so that made me realize that, no, actually, every view counts. And honestly, all of that, every view counts, every subscriber counts so much. So that has really made me calm down a lot, and I don't get as frustrated as I used to. Honestly, I've gotten to a place where I am so much more content. Yes, I still look at numbers and things like that, but I'm always realistic. I'm like, you know what? There are people on YouTube that have been doing YouTube since 2007, you know, and they've only just gotten 100,000 subscribers. There are people that have been doing, and bear in mind, everyone forgets YouTube is so young, okay?
Yes, I screamed.
Okay, YouTube only started in 2006. Unless you were, and people, you know, most people, unless you're a child watching this, you will remember 2006 very well. It wasn't long ago. You know, some of you remember exactly what you was doing in 2006. As of 2017, YouTube is turning 11 years old. So it's still very young, and there have been people that have been on the platform for that entire time, and they don't even have the same number of subscribers or numbers of views as someone that started 2 months ago, you know? So you kind of have to take everything into perspective, and that's what I've had to really start doing. Just kind of take things into perspective and just realize, hang on, what are you know, Mariyah, are you doing this for just the numbers? Are you doing this for, you know, what is the purpose of this? And when you remember that, you just think, you know what, it's cool. I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to do this for as long as I keep enjoying it. I'm going to do it and do my best with it. I'm going to give it everything I have, and we'll see where it goes. So,
yeah, I love that idea. But I think with quitting, you do sometimes need to take a pause. I know I haven't, just because I think I have, like, you know, you talk about social media. I think I've become slightly obsessed. But I think you do need to take, not necessarily quit, but take a pause to think, to reflect, to work out what you want to do. For me, reaching 1 year, I didn't have a subscriber number. I would have liked to hit 500 in that first year. That was my, you know, small, tiny little thing. But I was just proud that I had stuck at one thing consistently for 1 year, because in my life I have tried so many things and quit before, and so I felt like the fact that I've stuck at one thing and haven't quit was a true test of whether I actually really wanted to do this and whether I was actually getting somewhere with this. And so for me, quitting is not an option, because if you just keep quitting everything, where are you gonna go? That's one. But then the second thing is, you do need to quit sometimes. You need to quit and stop and be like, okay, maybe this isn't working, or maybe you just need to take a break and just go off social media. This week I was supposed to be vlogging every single day for half term. I think that was mad considering I'm looking after 4 kids. You know, it's a lot. So I have had to stop and be like, do you know what? Enjoy your children. Enjoy this time off. Just rest, because I'm a teacher just like you. It is a full-time job. Like, it's not like full-time. I've got Markin that is staring at me like, hello, and I've not done nothing. Nothing. Please don't fire me.
I'm the same.
Please don't fire me.
I'm the same.
Plus, I need to eat. Plus, and I love my job. You know, so it's really difficult when you're trying to build something, but at the same time you've got so many real responsibilities.
That is it for my channel. Okay, that is it. That is the 5 things that we have learnt since doing YouTube, and yes, if you keep watching you can find out the other 5 things that we have learned about YouTube since we've been doing YouTube on Ruby's channel. So switch over. First of all, subscribe if you haven't, and then like and then switch over. Check the description bar below, because I have put her channel link in the description bar. Move over to Ruby's channel and find out the other 5 things that we have learnt since doing YouTube.